to allow you each 30, 45 seconds, go shorter, go a little bit longer if you want. What are the things that Congress, what would you like to see us do in order to make sure we're moving in the right direction? Let's start with Mr. Scott and go this direction. Mr. Pounder, you can take a lot longer if you like. But.
Sure. Well, I'll be quick because I think I've said most of what I had to say earlier, but I appreciate the support this committee has shown for this important topic. And in formulating the idea for the Modernization Fund, we looked at a number of different alternatives. Our team in OMB asked a bunch of hard questions about how else could we do this? What would be the best way? What's faster rather than slower? What's more effective? And we borrowed heavily from private sector best practice in terms of formulating this. And while we're open to any alternative that makes sense, it's our recommendation at this point that this is the best we can think of in terms of how to go forward. So I appreciate all of the support that we felt in a bipartisan way on this topic. Thank you.
Thank you.
So HHS also agrees that what OMB is putting forward on the ITMF is the right move. Being able to invest in our technology and making sure that we are using technology that is current, that is scalable, and meets not only the needs of today, but is scalable for the needs of the future is the right direction for us to go into. We've been able to make small incremental changes with the fundings we have, and we have actually seen those successes. So we are a good case study on what positively can happen in this type of situation, and we'd be willing to obviously share that not only with the members of this committee, but also with OMB as we move forward and work to adopt this model. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Halverson.
Thank the committee. This committee has taken this problem seriously, and I do appreciate that. And I think you've understood the complexity of the problems, which is very helpful itself. The other area that this committee has been helpful with, and I hope they will continue to do, is giving us some flexibility in how we hire the cyber and IT workforce. Thank you.
Thank you. I happen to agree with that. I think the personnel issue is probably as big as anything. Attracting the talent, retaining the talent. I mean, I have a son-in-law, a new son-in-law, a couple weeks old, this son-in-law, but he's just graduated, and that kid's more employable than I am, so I agree. Mr. Milholland, you're now recognized.
Thank you for asking that question. I think there are two things. I put it in my written statement and in my opening remarks. It comes down to, from an IT point of view, certainty in our budget, at least restore us back to the levels we were at a number of years ago. It has really handicapped our ability to modernize our legacy environments and our aging infrastructure and provide the services that taxpayers need. And the second thing deals with the people issue you just mentioned, and it's the streamlined critical pay authority. We have 9 IT folk who a year from now will disappear, and they are absolutely critical to the architecture work we're doing for legacy systems modernization, the engineering, the implementation and operations. And they said that they would serve their country, but right now, if the law is not renewed, they literally will leave and increase the risk on the IT organization to serve the taxpayers of this country. So thank you.
And again, not your fault, not your issue. The senior leadership, the commissioner herself, is the #1 impediment to moving those things forward. Nobody believes him. Nobody trusts him. He's not trustworthy. And I think that problem will continue to linger as long as he's the commissioner. If he changes out, I think the world will change. Mr. Pounder, you're now recognized.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to thank you for highlighting this legacy IT issue. We talked a lot today also about transition, and there's a lot of talent sitting here to the left of me. And I'd like to highlight the importance of FITARA in your efforts ensuring that we continue to implement that law. The first part of FITARA is about strengthening CIO authorities. We need more CIOs like some of the folks sitting here. But FITARA is also about understanding what we spend on IT and then executing it. Legacy IT management is executing, so it's all part of FITARA. So your grades, looking at the areas you've looked at to date, have made a lot of progress to date, and we need to continue to make progress through this transition period that we're in.
Thank you. It is important, and again, particularly to the agencies that are represented, and those that aren't, it really is the FTARA, I think, model, I think, is a way for us to gain perspective and set reasonable goals and do self-analysis and be candid in where we're at. So, again, I want to thank you all personally for your commitment to our country. It's a difficult thing. If this was easy, I mean, it would have been done a long time ago. Making these transitions away from legacy systems, that is a major, major overhaul and very difficult project, to say the least. And so appreciate your expertise working with this committee and your presence here today. Committee stands adjourned.